Yo, what's up, everybody? We are the Black Culture Podcast. That is the one and only Price. I am the Willie Ashford. We got an interesting little quick topic we want to touch on for you. So shout out to the people on TikTok that's doing these stitch things, man. It's some very interesting topics on there. So Price, I ran across a question and it was a thing. It said, name something that's an unpopular opinion. And the question was, why don't men today approach women? And it had me thinking, like, I have my theory why I'm not in the dating scene anymore. If you don't know, I'm married. Been married for quite a while now. But my man Price over here, that's what we got a guy like him for. So I have my theory on why I think, but I'm really curious to hear yours, man. Why don't modern day men today approach these women?
Well, Willie, first off, I would actually, you being a married man, love to hear your thoughts on the topic because I think it's a thing where, you know, we're still humans and we're still attracted and all of that stuff. So just because you're married doesn't mean you're not paying attention to what's going on. So I would actually love to hear your thoughts on it first before we get into my single man mode of why we single guys probably don't approach women as much anymore.
All right. Well, so only reason I said I'm not in the dating game is because like I'm not. So when I heard men don't approach women anymore, I was surprised. But when I really thought into it and they broke it down, I wasn't surprised. So think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, flirting to a woman these days. Now, hear me out, women. It depends on who's flirting with them, right? If
Mm-hmm.
it's a man that look like Denzel, Michael B. Jordan, that could be flirting. But if it's a man that don't look like them, that could be considered offensive or sexual harassment. So really,
Mm-hmm.
it's really you picking and you choosing because could be a guy that just approach a woman, thinks she's beautiful, thinks she's nice. He approaches her, and he may not be what she wants. So it's what I'm saying, it's offensive, but it's all predicated on the looks. I think nowadays, definitely women, they have this, not all of them, but most of them have a personality that's really not approachable. You can approach a
Mm-hmm.
woman respectful. If she's around her friends, she's feeling some type of way. She could, boy, get out of here. Or so now it's like you approaching a woman, but you being embarrassed. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's tough. So that's like I understand why a lot of guys be like, man, I'm just not gonna approach women because you don't know what reaction you'll get. That's why most dudes are in the DMs, because in the DMs, the worst you can do is screenshot it, but it's more comfortable going to the DMs because it's more discreet. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about the backlash or her trying to put on a show or downplay you or play you in front of her friends. Whether in the DMs, it's just you and her. So I get it. And when he broke it down like that, he like, it's so hard to approach a woman. He like, definitely, you just approaching her because you want to talk. But if you don't look like what she want, her response could be rude. It could be on 10, or it could be down here. It could be, boy, get your ugly away from me, or it could be, okay, let's chop it up. But to me, I think it's because women aren't approachable.
Mm-hmm.
And no,
Facts.
let's be honest, as a guy, we don't want to be embarrassed.
Of course not. Yeah, because here's the thing: if you ask the average woman to go and approach a guy, she would never do it.
Yeah, no.
Not just because of the fact she feel like she doesn't have to, which a lot of women have that mindset, but also from the fact that women fear rejection way worse than men do, right? So we think that it's just a numbers game. You go out and approach this many women, 9 times out of 10 you'll score at some point. That's what we're taught. Women have never been taught that. And by the time you meet that girl, she probably has a complex about her because she's been approached so many times, right? You ain't the only dude to ever come in her life to approach her. And she look, women spend hours on the hair and makeup and all of that going out expecting to be approached. But to answer your question, you got the modern day woman and the modern day man, right? The modern day man has learned from the mistakes of the past. Why don't men approach women? Because they know we ain't getting much in return. Like me going up to you And like, okay, first off, if you are that guy, you're supposed to look like Brad Pitt or, you know, whatever hot person that women deem as some guy that's way out of their league that's supposed to magically want them or whatever. We supposed to be doing all this. So men, we got to earn our value, while women, all they have to do is basically just exist, right? Um, and then we got to do all these things. We got to have the house, the car, the money, and all of this. Then we got to do all this extra work to go up to you. And 9 times out of 10, let's be honest, women have none of that. In fact, I remember reading a post where it said a guy has to reach a certain level of financial success just to date a broke woman, right? Just to date a broke woman, bro. Like, you have none of these things, but I'm supposed to have all of this just to be able to get what you want. Because you have a bunch of makeup on, because your eyelashes
So it's
that
like, do
aren't
you want
yours.
a man or do you want a sponsor?
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. Us modern men, if that's the title you want to call us, realize that we're getting the short end of the stick. We're not really getting much out of this deal. So you want us to pay for dates, pay your bills, do all this and that, while you still have all these other options, right? Because women don't want to give up the options that they have. I've never met a woman that if a man offers me, oh no, 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 I got it. No, right? That's not your typical woman. So yeah, hell yeah, they want to sponsor. They want somebody that's going to come along and basically set up their life while they have to do absolutely nothing, but they get to benefit from everything. In fact, I heard a guy say, well, women don't want equality, they want equity. They want a part of what you have and to keep what they have too. Right. So
Let's just keep it a buck, Price.
Yeah.
Listen, man. You take a woman on a date, you paying for everything, and at the end of the night, listen, I'm sorry. Let's just keep it real. We talking about modern day men and women. If a man take you on a date, I may get backlash from this, but I'm gonna say it. If a man take a woman on a date, he pays for everything. He pays for everything. Is it fair to say you got to get that man some booty at the end of the night?
First date?
Listen.
No, I'm just asking. Is this the first date?
Yes.
First date. I'm gonna say second date.
But you know what? But listen though, this is just me, right? Women pick and choose who they gonna sleep with on the first date.
No, they pick and choose who they're gonna sleep with in the first 5 minutes of meeting you.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So I'm not saying as a man you demand it, but as a woman, I just think, to me, let's just call it common courtesy. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on that. And here's why I say second date. You as a man,
that went left real quick, by the way.
No, bro. You look. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm definitely getting some type of intimate affection on the first date after doing all that. You know what I mean? But if you're the type of dude that just smash a bunch of hoes, okay. I'm not that type of dude. I do. Now, truth be told, I don't know if you're a hoe on the first date, because you got a lot of women that come off as innocent and wholesome. And I go to church. Look, dude, a lot of these women in churches are straight hoes. I'm gonna just put it to you like that. Facts. A lot of these chicks that you think are good and wholesome and innocent are getting dick down literally as we make this video. Let me look at the camera. Facts. Yeah. I mean, you're not the first dude. You're not gonna be the last dude. 9 times out of 10, a woman is single or in a relationship, she's talking to other dudes. This is facts, bro. Look, women are loyal to 2 things. Number 1, their emotions, and 2, to their circumstances. That's it. They're not loyal. And most women's like, here is the order of importance: her kids, her relatives, her friends, all the stuff she got going on in her life, and then there's you. And you could be her dude. You can literally be her dude, but that's the order of importance for women, right? Now, let's get back to smashing on a first or second date. Women already come into dating, knowing exactly what you want. It's nothing new to them. For most attractive women, right? Let's say if she's 21, and this is something that a lot of us don't talk about, but it's very true. If she's 21 and she's, say, beautiful, she's been hearing that she's beautiful since she was a little kid. And you know who was the first people to really tell her that? It wasn't the men in her life. It was grandma, it was auntie, it was older cousin, it was older sister, it was the other women in her life building her ego. And by the time she got to school, 10 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, now it's the little boys that's trying to get at her. So she's been knowing what you want, bro, from a very, very young age. So this is nothing new to her. Women get taught the game, men don't. But that's a conversation for another day. So by the time you meet her, she knows exactly what you want. And 9 times out of 10, she done been with Brandon, Tyrone, right? She done been with these dudes. So this ain't nothing new to her. But guess what her goal is? Her goal is to extract from you as much as she possibly can without giving up little, which is technically the signs of a good business person. If I want to have the most profitability, I want to invest as little as I can and get the maximum amount of return. Now let's flip the script. Why don't men approach women? Because we know for our investment, we're not getting that much of return. So we're supposed to be doing all of this. Why? Just because of how you look? Are you serious? You have nothing else to bring to the table but fake hair, makeup, fake eyelashes, fake nails, and sometimes even fake body parts. If you want to talk about investing, I might as well invest in a freaking painting and put that on the wall, because that painting is going to stay that way forever. It's going to increase in value. It's not going to give me any back talk. It's not going to give me attitude. It's not going to take its face off, right? Because baby, the way you look right now, you ain't going to look like that tomorrow morning. You got to apply that face every single day. And then I got to deal with all the other stuff. So why would I even go through that? Look, it's dudes that literally travel, and I don't know if you know this, Willie. I don't know how much you go on trips, but women, when they go on trips, they act completely different than when they in their hometown. It's very, very easy to smash when you're out of town, right? Whether you're going to Vegas, whether you're going to Miami, whether you're going to South Africa. I don't know what it is, but the energy changes. Like they in this super turn up party. You see it on all these posts, girl. Trust me, dudes that be on that vacation, they literally go on vacation just to smash. And it's not even anything that you have to take her out for. You got to invest. No, it's just, look, we all here. Let's just have a good time. So dudes are thinking now, why would I do that when I can just keep my money in my pocket, go kick it, smash who I want? I ain't got to invest in you at all, and I can live my life. So that is why, because men are waking up and realizing that there's nothing in it for them. You want this modern day equality? Okay, fine. This is what we want as well. So men are starting to put themselves first versus putting that woman first.
Well, that's all I got. That's all. You got anything else, man?
I got a lot, but I want them to marinate on
Let
that.
that
Listen,
marinate. We're gonna give y'all.
listen.
We might hit y'all with a part 2. You never know. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and look, listen. I'm gonna just speak to the fellas for a quick second. Fellas, just like you would invest in any business, you're gonna do your due diligence. You're gonna find out how that business is gonna benefit you. If that business doesn't benefit you, you fold up shop. And it's the same thing with women, right? So, I guess the objective of dating and all of that at some point is to get married. Marriage is very much like a business, right, Willie? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, just to even obtain a marriage license, I got to pay for that. When I get married, now my wife becomes my quote unquote next of kin, which means she has access to all my financial benefits, all the insurance policies, pension, like everything. If I have a kid with this woman, I can get hit up for child support. So all of these things relate to financial benefits for women, right? And I guarantee you, all the things that they want to change, they don't want that to change. They don't want you to stop taking them out on dates and all of that. So, fellas, listen, know your value, know your worth. Know that if you're investing your time, that you should be getting a return on your investment. Because the only reason she's investing her time is because she wants a return on her investment. She's not giving it up free. She wants you to be able to pay for it. She wants you to be able to do those things. And I don't hear them protesting against that at all. So listen, fellas, know your worth, know your value. If she ain't worth it, just like a business is going belly up, fold up shop.
And that's that, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Listen, share the video, subscribe. You can follow us on the Black Culture Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, of course, YouTube. You can follow us on TikTok now. You can follow me on Instagram at the Willie Ashford. You can follow my man's on Instagram and Twitter at
Price on IG and at Alex Price Twitter. And also, guys, we also have a LinkedIn page. That LinkedIn page is starting to get hot. And subscribe. YouTube, Apple, Google, and Spotify to check out all of our interviews, all of our episodes. We got some great content coming up, guys.
yes,
and
sir.
if you feel free, if you want to, I'm not saying you have to, if you want to, you can head up Black Culture Podcast on Cash App, leave a donation, and we can keep making this awesome content for y'all.
All right. That's Price. I'm the Willie Ashford. Peace.